Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. I started this channel on YouTube in 2017. The point of the channel was to be an alternative to corporate media and to lend my voice to a growing number of progressive channels that were popping up and becoming popular on online, on YouTube, and since then there have been a few changes along the way. Most of it technological, better camera, better processor, better software, better microphone, etc., and knowledge that goes along with all of those. I've tried to make the visualization and so forth better along the way. But I try not to rely heavily on gimmicks, hooks, gadgets, fancy graphics and so forth and so on. In a way that is, a detriment to my channel. I'm not a comedian. I don't have any cohort that I'm sitting here chuckling at each other's jokes and so forth and so on. The point of my channel is to present the truth. And in many ways, while I started off purely as a progressive channel, I've learned along the way, and I've been more objective. I look at things from different viewpoints, and I try to present them that way. I didn't really intend for my channel to be different from other progressive channels, but along the way it has evolved into something more, far different. Not so much because of any changes that I've made. I use less profanity. I'll admit that by video sound quality, some of my early videos are kind of really bad, and I admit it. You probably don't want to go back to my first videos, just because of the video and sound quality. They're really bad. But the changes that have come along have not been with my channel. The changes have been with the other so-called progressive channels. Many of them have just moved further and further to the right. What sparked the idea for this was that I was in a live chat on another channel the other day, and the focus was supposed to be about AOC's and her protesters at her speech. And the presenters did go against nuclear war. But at the same time, while they claim to be progressive and so forth and balanced, it really wasn't, because they kept on launching into, well, Russia's horrible and Putin is a monster, and I don't ask anybody to praise Putin or anything like that. What I ask people to do is put things in historical context, and not just historical, but past, present, and future context. So these people during their presentation, at no point did they ever talk about Ukraine being the most corrupt government in Europe. They did not talk about the Euromaidan. They did not talk about the Minsk agreements. They never once mentioned Donbass being under attack from Ukraine for 8 years. They never talked about the neo-Nazi Azov Battalion and so forth and so on, and all the influences that this has had, which led us to where we are. My view on that tends to be that if you're going to demonize another leader, another country, which is, if you're going to label all Russians as evil, that is racism. And where do you expect this to lead? They don't talk about where this should be going. They don't talk about, well, we need to have peace talks, which I have just repeated so many times, because I am in favor of peace. I'm against war. I've been against the war that has been raging in Ukraine for 8 years. I've been against it all along. So, and other channels, I don't try to get into little pissing contests with other channels. Well, they're not a real progressive and all this kind of thing overall. And I'm just stating this as an abstract right now. Anyway, so what I ask people to do is just compare channels. Take a look at what people are doing. There's one, progressive, popular, that has gone out. He almost every one of his videos is him reading off articles from RT and many other channels. They're just putting up articles and commenting on articles or commenting on other people's videos. And I try to avoid doing that for the most part. When I present something, I try to present facts, verifiable information. I'm not giving an opinion on an opinion. I'm giving that, where possible, I go to the actual source, the base source of the information, such as when I did the Mueller report. I actually went through the Mueller report, line by line. Now, I'll put up text on my screen, but I'm also reading it off. You can listen to my videos, without having to watch the video at all. But where possible, I try to give you every source of information, although I try to avoid paid sources. It's not just that I don't want to pay for it, but if I'm presenting something and you want to verify it, then you'll have to pay for it. So I try to give you sources which you're not going to have to pay for. I'm not acting as an, ad agency for paid sources. I want anything that I present to be right up there where you can verify it if you want to go deeper into it. I don't ask you to take everything I say as gospel. I have no problem if somebody disagrees with me, as long as it is in a rational manner. And I've said this many times. If you disagree, leave a comment. Let's discuss it. I don't put out all these videos or chats asking for super chats. I'm not begging for money all the time. Yes, I ask for donations, but I'm not sitting up here talking about, well, if I don't get enough donations, my channel's going to go away. My channel is not going to go away. Not as long as I am physically and mentally and technologically capable of maintaining this channel. It's, and financially. But I work for a living, just like you do. I do not try to demonize. I try to avoid it, except where human life and welfare is concerned. I don't demonize people on purely political viewpoints. I'm not going to say this, Trump is evil, Biden is evil, etc., etc. I'm sure I have at times. But overall, I try to avoid doing that. I'm not going to call some aspect, half of our country deplorables. I'm not going to do that because I see where we have, common concerns. I try to present it. I've talked about the fear that our politicians and our media force on people, because that is how they profit. That is how they get you to follow them. Tune in tomorrow for more fear and anger and hate. I'm not interested in that. The very name of the channel is Issues Unite. Again, this is a shortened version of my own motto. Issues unite, names divide. As soon as we can agree on certain topics, but as soon as you throw in a name, Democrat, Republican, conservative, progressive, left, liberal, Biden, Trump, soon as you throw any of those names in there, then we lose cohesion. That's the intent. It is meant to distract you. It is meant to divide you. It is meant to incite hatred and anger and make you stop thinking critically. Instead, you are reacting emotionally. And I try to avoid doing that. Pardon me. Something else that I will do is admit when I am wrong. I don't delete videos. I don't try to put it, if I'm wrong, I don't put it in a video description. It's not like the New York Times, page 11 retraction. I've even put out a video with the title, I was wrong. If I was wrong on a subject previously, and I learned this from information that somebody gave me, or even from my own research, or from new information that comes out, I'll state it at the beginning of the video. I was wrong. Find another source, any other source that will do this. I challenge you to do this, to find anyone else that will do this. I try to be as honest as possible. I try to be as fair as possible. Yes, I have my own views on things, but I try to make my views balanced, informed on actual data. I do calculations. I present calculations so that it can be understood. So I do feel that my channel is truly different from any source out there today. So I hope you will watch my channel. I hope if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Share this channel. Talk about things. That's what I try to encourage people to do, is discuss issues in every video, just like I'm going to do now. I'm going to say, share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate whatever you can to help expand this channel and my presidential campaign. Thank you for watching or listening, and I hope you have a good day.